I know a lot more about the herb itself and its properties and what it's good for medicinally than I do about its close cousins. And for that reason, I see a bunch of different types of Pennywort just everywhere, but I don't want to accidentally pick the wrong kind and have a problem. To make things even more complicated, there's two totally different, not even related at all, species that they're both called golden coingrass, and one is meant for herbal tea, and one is like toxic if you ingest it. So those two actually are so different that you can tell very easily just by looking at the plant. I mean, you can obviously identify it visually, how different it is. But all these close cousins of coingrass, I don't know enough about to know whether or not they're safe to ingest. So even though it's just like everywhere, I've had issues trying to look up information about all its close cousins. I've had learning disability issues as well through this process, so that doesn't help me any. But I feel like there's not enough information out there. Usually I can at least look stuff up and find solid, blunt information that's easy for me to ingest. But for whatever reason, what's out there is very complicated. And so I'm just going to stray away from any of the subspecies of Pennywort that may or may not be edible. And I'm going to focus on just the coingrass, the one that is literally meant for tea and medicinal purposes. I would recommend, if you're like me and it sounds too complicated, never to go out there and try and pick your own. Purchase it from somebody, and the package has to say on the package that it is meant for consumption, okay? That way you know you've got the right thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't drink a tea from something if I wasn't completely sure. So these have a lot of different, has a lot of different properties to it. It's primarily a cleansing herb. It does immense cleansing. I will say it does have some healing properties, but this is really an herb that is known for its cleansing abilities. It can actually help break down cancerous tumors. It can either stop them from growing, or in extreme cases, it could potentially eradicate the entire tumor altogether. What it does is it targets it's very interesting because it leaves alone all the healthy, things that are meant to be there, all the healthy cells that are meant to be there. But it just naturally targets any kind of cell that is in the body that is not supposed to be there. So even if it's just a benign tumor, it'll target that. It'll also target kidney stones, gallstones, bladder stones, really any kind of stones. It'll target those as well. And it doesn't just target things that are organic, like that are tainting the body, but it also targets really harmful chemicals, heavy metals. And when it's in the water, when it's growing in the water, it actually helps to purify the water that it's growing in. And it basically, any kind of toxin, any kind of really harsh toxin, I will go as far to say even poison. Poison, and potentially, I don't know about this for sure, but potentially radiation. I'm just saying potentially because if it gets rid of poison, if it gets rid of heavy metals, something that powerful may also have properties. If you think about carbon and you think about shunghet, which is a kind of carbon-like but not really stone that you can crush up and make a tea out of, those actually have been studied for they're kind of like they're kind of like iodine, because they've been studied for the removal of radiation. But as far as this coingrass goes, I'm not exactly sure how far it goes in terms of actual radiation. All I know is it does a lot. It does a lot. Extremely harmful chemicals, heavy metals, poison, toxins. It's antibiotic, antifungal. It's got a lot of stuff. Basically, what it does, its sole purpose, its medicinal purpose in paganism, if you want to boil it down to simplistically, is that it's rid of anything at all that would be tainting either an individual or the environment that it lives in. So it's a very, very sacred herb. Traditionally speaking, you typically find it a lot in Asian medicine, but it's the herbal medicine, but that's pretty. It's used along the globe as well. But really, when you talk about Asia and just how much they have evolved in terms of how effective their herbal supplements are, they really have that down to science. When you compare it to Western medicine, a lot of their herbal supplements can actually get rid of like what we call these superbug bacteria. If you pair it next to an antibiotic in Western medicine, that antibiotic will fail every time because it's a superbug bacteria that's gotten resistant to it. But their herbal remedy will get rid of it. So it's like, now actually it's better than, not always, but I'm not gonna, FYI, you can't sue me, okay, because I'm telling you right now, disclaimer, this is just my opinion. So don't just take what I say and run with it. But in my general opinion, I believe it's better than Western medicine because of what my individual experience has been with those kinds of herbal supplements. So we really do, we really do take it really, really, we take it for granted. We take all these herbs for granted a lot of times and do not realize their full potential. And typically, to get something this powerful that does this much, typically you need to combine several herbs together. So the fact that, it's that strong on its own really says a lot. And because it's so strong, because this particular herb, coingrass, is so strong, best in small doses. It's very easy to get too much of it. And why I say that is because when you're making the tea actually isn't bitter at all, at least not to me. The tea is quite mild, and you could quite easily think that, oh, I'm not putting enough in here because it tastes too mild, and the taste fools you because it is highly concentrated even when it doesn't taste that way. And so because it's got such a mild, pleasant taste to it, you can put way too much in there. And also because it's one of those herbs that works over a long period of time. You can't always tell right away. You can't always tell, within the first hour, couple hours, 2-3 hours. Sometimes you've got to wait 24, 48, 72 hours even to fully see the effects of it. Because what it will do is it will kind of slowly, just kind of metabolize and break down any kind of taintedness in your body. It works with and through your kidneys. And basically, your kidneys keep refiltering the blood. And so, basically you drink it goes into your stomach, goes in through your blood, then it goes back into your kidneys. And it takes a while of that process. And sometimes, you need couple different cups of tea before you fully get rid of the problem. I'm not saying that just one cup is going to do, but I'm saying that it's very easy to, you know, make the tea too strong. I've done it before and it is not fun. What happened was I wasn't fully paying attention to my guides. And I knew they were trying to tell me something, but I just thought it was common sense. So I said, I don't say strong enough. Let me just keep putting more in. And I didn't stop and think, and I just drank it. Even though, you know, we have fully mastered something. Like, I've been doing this for over a decade. I know how to listen to my guides. I knew they were trying to tell me something even. I just, you know, shooed them away and thought that, oh, I'll pay attention after I do this. You know, we're human. We make mistakes. Just because you can be hollow and guided doesn't mean that you're always 100% of the time, every second of your life, going to, you know, follow that guidance. And, you know, we make mistakes. So, you know, had I listened to my guides, I wouldn't have overdone it. But it's very easy to do because, like I said, it tricks you. The taste tricks you because you think that it's not strong enough. And then 12 hours later, sometimes it takes 12 hours for you to fully understand, oh, I had too much, you know. So it's a very sacred herb though. It's very, very powerful. It's actually better probably than cleansing than burdock, because burdock, it'll get rid of, you know, anything biological, tumors. It'll get rid of, you know, bacteria, viruses. But Coingrass actually, it works a lot more for a lot of different things. Really stubborn cancers, you know, and stones are just part of what they do. They also get rid of these really heavy metal toxins and poison even. So if I was gonna say that there was one herb that did everything to detoxify, if I was gonna put a little pinpoint on the detox, if there's anything, it would, anything at all that you want to detox from, no matter what it is, I'd say Coingrass. Coingrass is your #1 detox herb for anything that you're doing in paganism. That does not matter if you're using it as a tea, or you're using it as a smudge, or you're using it in some kind of ritual or spell. It doesn't matter. I would still say, you know, that is the same kind of, that immense cleansing energy is the best thing for anything that you have to detox, any kind of taintedness, anything. It's just overall, but I just, you know, tea is the most common thing that, you know, people use it for. But it's, yeah, it's the #1 detox herb that I can think of off the top of my head. Now, I don't know them all. I do know a lot. I don't know them all. But that's what I recommend.